Hi, dear teacher and friend. My name is Wallinger. In this occasion, I'm going to introduce my project, English Lab for developing my reading, writing, and listening and speaking skills. And this project is developed in the school Ignacio Buenaventura. Ignacio Buenaventura is a private school. It's located in Buenaventura, Valle del Cauca, in Modelos neighborhood. This school had been teaching for around 39 years and have been considered one of the best school in the city, but also 5 years ago was positioned as the best private school in Valle Department. So now I'm going to let you know a little bit my project. This is the introduction, English Lab for developing my skills. The ones that I said before is a project that raises as an academic proposal in which a student from a school in Buenaventura belonging to the different grades, elementary and secondary, can participate actively, show their abilities, and learn any others related to the English language in contest. So with this project, the students are going to reinforce. When I say reinforce, it means that those who have the abilities work and know how to have a conversation, how to listen and understand, how to write, will have the opportunities of reinforcing those skills. And those who don't know anything are going to start developing new competencies in order to speak English, with other person, with his mate in the classroom, and things like those. And this project has been considered as a good option, not only by the student but also by the director who received my proposal, and who read as well what I was reading about. So what I asked them was in a space where the student could have free access to a computer, to information, where they could make some reading and writing and listening activities. As you can see here in this picture, is one of the petitions that I have asked to them, and until now I can say that they are working on it. Down during my practices, I use some methodologies that I consider uh, have a good impact, among the student and inside the institution. So what methodologies I use? So in order to make a student develop their skills, their English skill and enjoy English, learning process, the English laboratory designed it as an space in which the students from different grades are going to meet. Students are going to meet, they are going to share time, they are going to do a variety or activity where the first skill or competencies, we're going to be putting in practice. Okay, now I'm going to say some of them, and I'm going to explain what I did. And the first one is sing along, but before that, in here I got a picture of my student from fourth grade at the first day, the first day, where I make an evaluation to them, a reading evaluation, but at the same time they make listening. So I said to them any sentences, any words, and they listen at me and they start writing it in order to see if they have those skills or if they were working with a teacher and using those competencies, the writing competencies and the listening competencies. With the process, I was going to develop the other one. So the first competence or the first methodology that I used with my student was sing along. As you can see in the picture, I got a lady here. She was singing, in front we had a screen. In that screen we introduced a karaoke of a song what they chose, and according to that song they were singing it, they were following the letters. So this idea, or in this session, the students were going to learn English by singing. It means that the teacher was going, or me, okay, put some English song and the student start singing it. So with this, what I wanted that the student get fluency. I wanted that the student learn vocabularies, okay, and as well start having tracks in themselves, because if they seem they were having a good attitude and they were not feeling shy doing their best before other ones. And I could see that that time was great. Many students participate, and I love that experience. Now is the conversation class. This is quite important for developing the skills in a school. And it's something what I'm asking to the institution, that they support me. So with this, the idea is having invitation from students who are in the schools near us, okay, to be invited to come and participate on this conversation club with basic topic, basic grammar, where a student had the opportunity of standing up and giving the point of view. For example, if we are going to talk about the house, as we did, many students start describing the houses, the item that the houses have, the position the items are, among others. Okay, for example, any students that will introduce themselves, and yeah, that is a conversation club, sharing knowledge, interchanging experiences, vocabularies, pronunciations. Okay, among others. So I consider this strategy is quite essential if we want to develop a good English process, as I'm doing it with my student in Gimnasio Buenaventura School. So the other strategy is spelling bee. So we need that a student have fluency, and how we get it by making a spelling. So when a student practices spelling, they get a good intonation, a good pronunciation, and spelling of the words. For example, we did some activities like those, and the teacher or me sometimes put some words on the back. A student take those words out, but the teacher read it. When the student listening, he was going to spell it word by word, in order to get it right. So we did it in many occasions. The students feel motivated, they laugh, okay, and they demand more from themselves. They say, I need to do it better. Coming occasion, they practice the alphabet, they learn words, vocabularies in order to, yeah, learn how they are reading. And if they got the opportunity of spelling those, they know exactly how they were gonna do it. Down is my evaluation process. So what can I say about my evaluation process? So this process and development of the projects, in some session, it has been possible to see that the level of interest in the English language has increased significantly in the students. The students now are motivated. They said that they like English because of the strategies that I'm being employed. So these activities proposed for the development of the project have been a pleasure and a motivation for the student. They really like English now. I feel proud because what I'm doing, but as well, I feel proud because that I can see that students are getting in love of this subject. So, on the other hand, it should be noted that this project has been welcomed and supported by teachers, coordinator, um, the principal, saying it is something innovative. It's an innovation that makes a student get out of the routine, just being sitting on a chair and start participating. What they have learned, so the development of this process began with a very good attitude since the first day I entered, who manifested the interest for the language, but above all, demonstrating in each meeting or session we have. At first, when I entered to the class, what I began doing was asking the students a basic information about their introduction, and I knew that they had some shortcomings, but with the process, I could see that those shortcomings become in strengthens. They try to do their best. And what else I did? So with this, I saw that my students start trying to do the best, but they didn't have a good pronunciation. So in short, what a student knew, they knew many things. Knew things that they didn't know before, and now I'm going to explain some of them. So what they wanted to learn. So from the first class, they manifest to me that they wanted to learn how to speak English as I do it. That's why they pay attention, they were interested, and the students participate actively in the classes. And I can say that this project, together with the proposal methodology, came to my mind when I was doing my observations. And a student said one day, "Teacher, we are bored because the teacher just stand before us and she is writing on the board. We don't participate, we don't make interchange of work, we don't make conversation, we don't sing, we do nothing, just writing on the board, and that makes us feel bored." And when I say that's what I got to do, change, innovate this class. And I create this proposal, and the students say, we want to learn what you are giving us, what you are saying us. And they start doing it. So what they have learned. So students have learned many things along this process. First of all, they are able to introduce themselves among others in a fluent and clear way, giving some basic information about them. They learn also the parts of the body. They can describe the bodies. They can describe people's body, people's appearances in a brief way. So on the other hand, the student knew the places of the city, the position, the places were okay. But the most important, they could talk about the favorite place in the town. For example, my favorite place, the park, and display why. Students learn how to develop their English skill, taking into account that the strategies employed at the classes like singing, in which the student put their speaking skill, repeating some that were projected in the screen. Also, they learn how to write phrases and vocabularies related to the topics work due to the activities of spelling and writing bee. So, for interesting with the other student, they made use of conversation in English and asking and made some basic questions or saying something about the grammar that was being seen. So, in conclusion of working with PBL, I can say that the PBLs inspire students to understand core content knowledge more deeply and gain keyword for success in college and career. And I conclude that there is a considerable support for the idea of the PBL words because it encourages the activation of prior knowledge in the small group setting and provides opportunity for elaboration in that knowledge. So we need to motivate our students. So we need to use different methodologies and strategies that make them feel comfortable, first of all. And secondly, that they decided to learn, and follow the process that we put before them. So I just want to say thank you for your attention. I just want to say thank you for listening to me. And this is my project, you know, it's something uh, that is an innovation, in turn is an innovation. And I need the coming year, my student keep doing the best. I said, thank you, teacher Paola. Thank you, mates, for listening to me. And this is my project. Bye bye.